Welcome to the Golden Gate, or as I like to call it, the granddaddy of all suspension bridges. Now, I've seen my fair share of impressive structures, but this one takes the cake. Joining me today on this episode of Channel Name, we're diving deep, and I mean deep, into the nuts and bolts, the sweat, and dare I say, the grime behind building this iconic landmark. We're talking rivets, cables thicker than a grizzly bear, and enough steel to make John Henry blush. So buckle up, folks, because we're about to uncover the gritty truth behind how the Golden Gate Bridge went from a wild dream to an engineering triumph. You know, folks, every monumental project starts with a vision, a spark of an idea. For the Golden Gate Bridge, that spark was ignited by a man named Joseph Strauss. Now, Strauss wasn't afraid of a challenge. He envisioned a bridge that would span the treacherous Golden Gate Strait, connecting San Francisco to Marin County. Problem was, back then, folks thought he was crazy. I mean, we're talking about a strait known for its fierce currents, howling winds, and fog so thick you could cut it with a knife. But Strauss, he was determined, and he rallied a team of engineers, architects, and designers who weren't afraid to get their hands dirty. They spent years planning, drawing, and recalculating, refining the design until they had a blueprint that could withstand the wrath of Mother Nature herself. January 5th, 1933. Mark your calendars, folks, because that's the day the shovels hit the dirt, or should I say, the ocean floor. Now, building a bridge across a strait is no walk in the park. First things first, they had to secure the foundations. We're talking about sinking massive concrete piers into the seabed, and let me tell you, that's no easy feat. They used these things called caissons, basically giant underwater chambers, to allow workers to excavate the seabed, and these guys, they were tough. Working under immense pressure in near darkness, they risked their lives every day to lay the groundwork for this monumental bridge. With the foundations secure, it was time for the stars of the show to rise, the towers. Now, picture this, two colossal steel towers, each soaring 746 feet above the water, taller than any building at the time. And how did they build these behemoths? Piece by piece, folks. Steel sections, some weighing as much as a locomotive, were hoisted into place, guided by sheer manpower and a whole lot of ingenuity. And let's not forget the riveters, those daredevils who scaled the heights, using nothing but their trusty tools and nerves of steel to connect each section, rivet by rivet. Now here comes the part that'll make your head spin, the suspension cables. These aren't your grandma's knitting yarn, folks. We're talking about two main cables, each over 7,000 feet long and thicker than a grown man. And they're not just thick, they're strong, spun from over 27,000 individual steel wires. Spinning these cables was a sight to behold, like giant spider webs being woven across the strait. It was a meticulous and dangerous job, with crews working tirelessly to ensure each wire was perfectly aligned and tensioned just right. With the cables strung high above the water, it was time to connect the dots, literally, with the bridge deck. Now, this wasn't just about laying down some asphalt, folks. We're talking about a roadway suspended hundreds of feet in the air, strong enough to support the weight of countless cars and trucks. Steel beams hung like giant ribs from the suspension cables formed the skeleton of the deck. Then came the wooden planks, laid down piece by piece, creating the surface we know and love today. It was a delicate dance, balancing strength and flexibility to create a roadway that could withstand the elements and the constant flow of traffic. Now, you can't have a landmark without a little bit of flair, right? For the Golden Gate Bridge, that flair came in the form of its iconic international orange paint job. But this wasn't just about aesthetics, folks. See, that vibrant orange wasn't chosen for its beauty, though it certainly doesn't hurt. No, that specific shade was chosen because it provided the most visibility in the often foggy conditions of the Golden Gate Strait. It was a stroke of genius, making the bridge a beacon for ships and a symbol of hope for those on land. May 27th, 1937, the day the Golden Gate Bridge flung open its arms to the world. It was a moment of pure jubilation, a testament to human ingenuity and the power of perseverance. People flocked from all corners of the globe to witness this engineering marvel, this symbol of progress and possibility. And for good reason, folks, because the Golden Gate Bridge wasn't just a bridge. It was a dream realized, a testament to what could be achieved when people dared to dream big and work even harder. Now, building the Golden Gate Bridge was one thing, but keeping it standing, well, that's a whole other story. This bridge, it's a living, breathing structure, constantly exposed to the elements, to salt air, to the rumble of traffic and the occasional earthquake tremor. That's why there's a dedicated team of folks who work tirelessly behind the scenes, inspecting, maintaining, and reinforcing this iconic landmark. From repainting to seismic retrofitting, they're ensuring that the Golden Gate Bridge continues to stand strong, a beacon of hope and a testament to human ingenuity for generations to come. And there you have it, folks, the Golden Gate Bridge, a testament to the grit, determination, and sheer ingenuity of the human spirit. It's a reminder that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges, we can achieve extraordinary things when we work together, when we dare to dream big, and when we're not afraid to get our hands a little dirty. From the depths of the ocean floor to the top of those towering peaks, the Golden Gate Bridge stands as a symbol of what's possible when we push the boundaries of engineering and embrace the spirit of innovation. So the next time you see that iconic orange silhouette, take a moment to appreciate the countless hands that made it a reality, a true marvel of engineering and a testament to the enduring power of human endeavor.